Hey y'all, this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I repair my box braids, and these box braids were done with the rubber band method. So let's get started. Here I'm just showing you the hair that's come out of the braid and is sticking out. Those are going to be the ones I repair, but what you're going to do is start at the bottom of the braid and you're going to work your way up, sorry. And with this, I use a comb to get the shorter end of the braid until I get to the point where I can use my fingers and take the braid out. Here is where I'm showing you guys how loose the braid is and how much new growth I have. I think I've had these braids in for about 3 going on 4 weeks now. And here I am getting ready to take a tangle out. Because I am going to reuse the braiding hair, make sure, or if you plan on using the braiding hair again, take the tangles out kind of delicately and don't just rip the hair out, because then it'll mess up the braiding hair and just become a big old tangled mess. So eventually it'll get to the point to where the braid is going to slide off of your hair. And so you just slide it off. Here is the braiding hair. I'm going to basically get it back into those 2 original parts where they're interlocking in the middle. I'm going to show you that. That's how the hair was when I first started the braid. And I want to put it back in that original state. Because I had made my box braids kind of big, I'm actually going to take the hair apart and I'm going to use half of the hair. So I'm going to place that to the side, but I'm going to show you guys how much new growth I have. And obviously you can see that I have a bit of product built up in my hair. But to redo it, I just pull my hair to where the rubber band slides up and it's right next to my scalp, so it's not as loose. So again, I'm doing this kind of to just make the braids last a little longer, kind of refresh them a little bit. So as you can see, I use half of the braiding hair that I had in originally, and with that half, I'm actually going to split it in half again, and I'm going to interlock them in the middle like I had the original part, or the original braiding hair. I had to get some loose hairs. It was all over the place. So again, I'm going to interlock them in the middle, but and that's the hair that I didn't use. But before I start braiding again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one side longer than the other on one half of the braiding hair. And I'm going to do the same on the other. I'm going to pull one side to where one is longer than the other on the other part of the braiding hair. And this was simply so that I could make the braid longer. So what I'm doing is, once the hair is interlocked, I have my fingers in the middle to where I pull my hair that is in the rubber band through, and I'll show you here. And then I'm going to basically just start braiding with my hair being that third piece. So I'm going to braid down a little bit until it gets to be to where it's just a little bit of my hair sticking out. And then I'm going to take some of the braiding hair from one of the other parts and add it to the part where I'm braiding my hair, to where that's going to make that third piece longer like the rest of it. And I'm just going to proceed to braid down. And as I'm braiding down, you can see the braiding hair that I added to my hair. But as I'm braiding down, what I'm doing is I'm twisting the hair as I'm braiding it down, and that's just to help with my hair sticking out of the braid, because that's a problem. But I'm not a professional, guys. I mainly do this to save money, and if I mess up my hair, I can't be mad at anybody else but me. So I'm getting to the end of my braid here. I'm just finishing it up because it is so long, or I made it longer. It takes longer, naturally. And me personally, I don't burn the ends of my hair, and I don't boil the ends of my hair. I kind of just let it naturally I just let it go. And I've never really had a problem with it coming apart. But you can see it's kind of weird looking at the beginning of the braid, and that's because the rubber band is making it kind of bumpy looking. But it looks a lot better than how it was before. But these are all the braids that I redid. And again, they're not perfect. I'm not a professional. I just do this because this is the style that I wanted. But this is an example of the braid that I need to redo. There's a lot of new growth there. It's very thick, and you can see my hair sticking out. So that'll be the next one I do. Yeah. So thanks you guys for watching.